Ooh, let's hope I don't fall off. Okay, so welcome back to my channel, my corner of YouTube, my corner of the world. Today we're going to talk about happiness, life, how to get the most out of life by doing these 7 things. So let's get to it. So whether you want to get a little bit more out of life, or you want to practice gratitude, you want to live a little bit more with meaning, these 7 things, I think I have 7, yeah, these 7 things are gonna be amazing for you. So starting off with the first one is staying up all night or seeing the sunset and the sunrise. So for example, right now I'm working nights, so when I finish I basically see the sunrise, and every day it's different. When in day-to-day life we bog down about the little things and we're stressing about and worrying about little things that are not gonna eventually matter in a matter of days or weeks, when you see the sunrise and when you see the sunset, it's evidence that, you know, you are part of something bigger and your worries are a little bit less. Seeing the sunset just really gives you a different perspective, in the fact that you get to see beauty all around you. All you have to do is just look and stop and look. The second one is looking at yourself naked at home in the mirror. This one was a little bit hard for me because you really are the most vulnerable when you're naked and you're in front of yourself. You really want to look yourself raw, you know, like without the facade, without what people say about you, you know, it's just you and yourself in the mirror. I cried when I did this a few times, and every time I do it, I tear up. But this obviously helps to appreciate and understand your own beauty. It grounds you, it brings you back to who you are, and what you see is your raw and vulnerable self, so you can't go wrong in that. But that's a really tough exercise. I think it's one of the toughest out of the 7 things that I'm going to give you, but it's probably the most like valuable and the most satisfactory thing to do to feel whole. So number 3 is learning a new language. If you want to, obviously, if it's something that you're into, then I would highly recommend at least learning a new language. You know, you don't have to, of course, but just like anything, you want to test your willpower and really get to your core, just to see how much you can dedicate and commit to something. It's a really nice test because it kind of breaks barriers of communication to the people that you don't normally talk to. So for example, if you see someone and you go on holiday and you see someone that's native and you go to Spain, and you know there's a barrier between you and that person, so why not knock it down and just at least learn a few words or at least a few phrases that's going to get you two connected. And I think that's amazing. So number 4 is seeking out a new perspective that you don't normally agree with. So what do I mean by that? It's basically, for example, if you go on YouTube, there's loads of resources about, you know, talks, motivational talks, perspective on different topics, you know. So basically what I want you to do is pick something that you have an interest of, just to keep your attention, but also that, you know, that you think is going to open and broaden your perspective. Even though if you think you know about the subject, I want you to push a little bit more and, you know, listen out to the opinions that you don't agree with. The reason I kept this one in the list is because you are learning and practicing how to understand. So even if you necessarily don't agree with their perspective and you may think it's wrong, it's strengthening the skill of understanding, and you're standing in someone else's shoes. So basically you are widening your perspective, and there's always a lesson to be learned in every opinion. Everything that resonates with you or it doesn't, there's still a piece of the puzzle that you can take from it and keep it as a part of your own. You widen your sense of perspective. Number 5 is do what feels good for a week. And I know for some of you, you probably won't be able to do a week, so maybe do three or a few days. That way you can kind of test out the borders. And for example, if you are working a 9 to 5, you've got kids, or you don't have kids and you go to college, you are living the life of someone who is told what the norm is. And for a long time I am that person, I have been that person, but at the same time there is so many new changes that's happened to me, and so much that I've learned that you have emotional messengers when it comes to the things that you do. So for example, when you do a thing that you like, you obviously feel good. So doing what makes you feel good for a week is testing and also giving you the empowerment and giving you the chance to be really, really in control of your own life. And I bet you when you do that, you probably won't want to go back ever again, and you'll see that you need to pay attention to your emotional messengers. So if someone says, oh, do you want to grab a coffee, and you really feel like, oh really, this person is messaging me again, just say no. You don't have to be rude about it, but you can say no and be truthful without abandoning yourself and what you want. You're not lying to yourself, and you're not lying to the other person, which is also very important. So next one is stay silent with your thoughts. Sit with your thoughts. So this one can be meditation, or it cannot. For you, if you don't like meditation and you fall asleep, then don't do it. But what I mean is you sit down as an experimenter of your own mind and your body, and just observe the patterns that have your mind chattering. So for example, if you're, for fun, just to test how repetitive or what's been said in your mind, you observe where your mind wanders off to. And sometimes silence can give you messages that speaking really cannot. And too often we just talk too much, and we talk to reply, not to actually listen to someone. So given the gift of listening to yourself and your inner chatter can really present to you, or kind of show you what you need to work on in your life. And having a stable and calm environment inside will really enrich your outer life. Number 7 is giving someone a compliment and then giving yourself one too in the same day. So this can be over a period of days. This can be every day one time. I'd recommend doing it every day one time, but if you can't find a compliment to give to someone, then just do it every few days, So with this one, you create a pattern of self-love, and then you also mirror that back to someone else, or vice versa. You create a genuine belief that you are enough, you are worthy, and you go beyond the compliments that are surface level. So don't just say you are beautiful, you have beautiful hair, or you're wearing something that I like, Tell that person you are kind. You, of course, so some people that you see on the streets are not going to, you don't know them, so you can't really go past that compliment, past that surface compliment. But if they do something nice for you, or you do something nice for someone else, you also can reach deeper than just, oh, you look good that day, And also with this one, it's really important because it makes you pay attention to yourself. We really don't do that enough. So it kind of also goes back to the fact that a lot of people blame their problems on, the external world and what they've done, but your external world is a reflection of what's inside. So you can't expect to have an amazing exterior world when you have, you know, your world inside crashing and just hatred and all of that stuff, you know. So paying attention to yourself is one of the key things that's gonna get you the life you want. So I hope you liked the video and you've enjoyed these 7 tips. I hope that you like, subscribe, and if you find this educational, inspirational, or any of the above, comment what was your favorite tip. And if you do try it, of course let me know, because this is something I'm extremely passionate about and it's helped me so much in my life. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!